In this video, we will be learning the back nose press. The back nose press is one of the basic foundational presses of ground tricks. Mastering this trick alongside the other three foundational presses are our first priority because these four basic foundational presses are prerequisite skills that a lot of the more advanced ground trick movements require. Our first step is to learn the proper form of the back nose press. So we're going to learn this on our left leg first and then move on to our right leg. Step one, we're going to start centered on our board and we're going to turn our shoulders and then our hips to face the right. We want our shoulders and our waist to be completely stacked as one. So as we're turning our shoulders, we're also turning our hips. And I'm not just simply twisting my torso in place. I'm twisting my hips. So you can see my left hip is right here. It's facing this direction right now. I want to twist my hip so that it's facing the camera. So I'm going to twist my hips from here, facing here. And I'm going to twist it out so that it faces over here. And as I twist my hips out like this, I'm naturally going to start sitting down into my back nose position. I'm going to start forming this nice triangle shape that I'm looking for with my legs. My knee is going to come in. And all I need to do after this is to hold out my arm, my left arm here for balance, pull back my right arm to make sure my body is twisted. And I'm going to torsionally twist my board by pressing back against the high back, lifting up my toes, making sure this toe edge is off the ground. And there you have it. This is a back nose press position. And while you're holding this position, you also want to make sure that when you're practicing this off dry slope, we're putting our pressure on our heels. We don't want a lot of toe pressure in the front, because if we do that on the mountain, we're just going to catch an edge. We want our weight and our pressure to be distributed along this back edge. So to do this on the right side, we're going to follow the same exact steps. We're going to start centered on our board, and I'm going to twist my hips out to face the camera. So right now my hip is facing to the right. I'm going to twist it 90 degrees so that it's facing the camera. And as I twist my hips, I'm going to let my knee come in, forming this nice triangle shape with my legs. And I'm going to balance my body weight onto this right leg while holding up my arms like this for balance. And lastly, remember to torsionally twisting my board by pushing against the high back, lifting up my toes so that my toe edge is off the ground. And as we're practicing this press, we also don't want to press too far like this. We don't want our body weight to be over the nose or tail. We just want our body weight to be out here around the outside of our binding, making sure that about our belly button is over our binding. And we also don't want to be hunched over like this. We don't want to be leaning back like this. We want our upper body, our torso, to be relatively straight. Having our arms flailing around is really going to throw us off balance, and having our arms close to our body like this is also going to throw us off balance. In ground tricks, the positioning of our arms is very, very important. So having our arms out here for balance and out back here to keep our body twisted is very important. So as you're doing this, if you feel any sharp pain, stop doing this immediately. But if you feel some discomfort and you just feel like something is very tight, it's probably because you're very tight. So you're just going to have to keep practicing getting into this position, slowly stretching out your tendons, your ligaments, so that you're able to get into this position much easier in the future. So a level 1 drill for all you beginners out there would actually just be this. Get into a back nose press on your left leg, and then switch into a back nose press on your right leg. And just be very comfortable switching between these two positions, from here to here, from here to here. And the best thing to do while you're doing this is to actually do this in front of a mirror so you can see very clearly how your form is on each side. A lot of people, they have one side good, but when they go to the other side, they're like leaning too much. And it's hard for them to notice at first. So having some sort of mirror to just watch yourself do these reps in real time could really, really help you get into the right position. Now that you know the proper form for the back nose press, let's progress this even further and learn how to slide into a back nose press. So first, let's pick a downhill side, and the camera will be downhill for me. Next, I'm going to use my shoulders and my arms to help initiate the rotation by turning my chest to face the downhill side. So as I start turning my chest front side to the downhill side, I'm going to start pressing onto my lead leg. From here, after I'm pressing onto my lead leg, I'm going to counter rotate my upper and lower body, pushing my right leg forward, twisting my upper body back, and getting into this back nose press position. Remember, when you're in this position, to check if you have the major checkpoints. 1, is my arm out here for balance? 2, is my arm reaching back? 3, is my knee pointed in, making a nice triangle shape? 4, is my board torsionally twisted? Am I pushing back against this high back, lifting up my toe edge? 5, is my weight distributed alongside this back edge behind my binding? You want to check for these 5 signs that you're in the right position of the back nose press. Moving on to our right leg, we're going to follow the same exact steps. Pick a direction to be our downhill direction. Next, we're going to use our arms and our shoulders to open up our chest facing the downhill direction. And as we do that, we're going to start pressing on to our lead leg, and then we're going to counter rotate, twisting my upper body and my lower body to push this board forward to the 90-degree position. Another fun drill you could practice is you slide into a back nose press and you jump into a back nose press on your opposite leg. So let me demonstrate that one more time. Slide into a back nose, jump into another back nose. So that can help you practice the whole motion of sliding and then switching into a different back nose press. Once you get really good at sliding into a back nose press, now you could do things like imagine yourself on the mountain. So let's pick a downhill direction, and I'm gonna imagine I'm carving back and forth, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Then when I prepare to do the back nose press, I'm gonna go to flat base my board, and then I'm gonna slide into my back nose press. So let's see, toe, heel, prepare, slide. Jump back, land on my toes, right out. So it's always a good practice to, when you're practicing on the mat, to try to imagine yourself riding down the mountain, to try to imagine which direction is which is uphill, which is downhill, and really imagine yourself riding so you could put yourself in those situations and actually get that practice.